Hello, everyone. Welcome to Nerdentity Crisis episode 110. I'm your host, Ryan By, joined as always by Mr. Adam Lovar.
Hello, hello. Hey, I don't see our faces. I think you're in the wrong overlay
Uh,
there, Josh.
that's unfortunate because
Experiencing
that's
some
the
technical
right scene.
Nope, now it says be right back. Now it says stream ending. Now I don't
Oh
see any of us.
no! Oh no!
Fix it.
Yeah, that's gonna be a good question. How do I fix this?
It's
This
a
is
crisis. It's a nerd identity crisis.
there you go. This is the high quality programming you can expect from us and our
Yeah, everything's
weird
all
ass
fucked.
tangents.
Uh,
Can you unfuck it?
I mean, s- slow and smooth. Yes. Eventually, I'm just gonna have to add like a new
I have faith.
source.
Yeah.
See, this could just be part of our fun Patreon bloopers.
There you
This.
go.
Oh,
Well, oh, are we back? I heard Adam say go, oh.
oh, it was refreshing for a split
No.
second. I don't know if he was
Yeah.
restarting the stream.
So the problem is cropping in this sucks.
Oh, at least we can see us now, ish. It doesn't have the
Yeah.
backgrounds, but who cares?
Now
Oh,
I need to transform. I mean, you better just get started because it's gonna take me like 15 friggin' minutes to crop this.
I find we're
Um,
also joined by my literal brother from another mother, Justin Pickavans.
Howdy do, motherfuckers.
And finally, Josh, still have not thought of a good nickname for him yet, Huffman.
Tech support Huffman. That's
Tech
a.
support Huffman.
Then
I
again, if
just
I
want,
was good at tech support, I probably would have had this fixed 15
I
minutes
just,
ago.
I just want to comment really quick. I know people might have a hard time seeing us right now, but Adam, has your dog doubled in size since the last time we recorded? Like,
probably
he
he is
looks
almost
substantially bigger.
he's almost 60 pounds.
Oh my god.
He's 19 weeks old on Saturday.
Damn, that's crazy.
Hmm
How many pounds are you gonna get to?
His mom was 150 and dad was 180. So
There
my
you
guess
go.
is he's going to be in that window somewhere.
All the
Boy,
pounds.
Yeah, between one and all the pounds.
that's that's a big old dog. Nice. All right, everyone. This is Nerd Identity Crisis, your weekly video game podcast. Please make sure to watch us on Twitch if you are listening to this after the fact. Twitch.tv/Nerdentitycrisis. This is the only first time we've ever had technical difficulties, so normally it's real smooth. Josh does a damn good job. Also, instead of just listening to us, if you want to just see our beautiful faces to go along with it, youtube.com/Crisis. Check it out over there as well. All right, boys, we'll kick off the episode as we always do with a listener question from Jacob. Hello, Jacob.
What up,
What up,
Jacob?
What
Jacob?
up, Jacob?
Jacob wants to know, is Hungry Hungry Hippos the best animal-themed tabletop game? Tradition dictates Adam answers first. What do you got, Adam?
It's a good one. It's a classic for sure.
Absolutely
Like I
classic.
definitely remember at my grandma's house, she had the old school one with the actual marbles, which I don't know if you've seen the new ones because they're like plastic bead bullshit. It's
That's
not like actual glass marbles
of
anymore.
course not.
So it's a classic, but I would say my favorite like animal tabletop is an offshoot of D&D called Dungeons and Doggies and Cats and Catacombs.
Nice.
And
Interesting.
those are really fun. You get to play as like different breeds of, dogs or cats, and they have different perks. And like
Really?
they've got ones that are, like the Chihuahua is like the assassin class or like the rogue class, and like there's different ones that like make sense for him. And I don't know, that it's a lot of fun,
Did
super
you ever
fun.
actually play that? I know
Kat and
you.
I played through a little bit of the campaign. We never finished it, but just since we were
Interesting.
doing like one person DMing and one person playing, but it was actually a lot of fun how they brought in the skills and like tried to think kind of like a dog sort of, which was interesting. Like you have like really good sense of smell and certain things like that. So it
So
was
do
it was
they
a lot of fun.
Do they have like chihuahuas are automatically chaotic evil or anything like that? Like,
I mean, that's up to you the way you roll your character, I guess. So,
interesting. That's cool. I've
and they
never
had
even
really
heard of that.
great minis and stuff that they had made for him, so that was a lot of fun as well.
Cool. Very cool. Justin, what is your answer?
I mean, I feel like I had to go with Wander Cult of Barnacle Bay.
I've never heard of that one either.
It's
That is a good one.
Do
game I got
tell.
at Gen Con last year with Huff, but the main characters are all like, I don't know, different animals. Like there's a character that's the king, and he's holding like a sword and a mug of ale. But then there's like a lizard chick with a bow, and the turtle dude is like a tank, and all the bad guys are like sharks and octopus and
Dang.
bad aquatic creatures.
All of them.
It's-
Like,
but
I mean,
it's
let's
like
just be real, all of them.
a co-op tabletop. Like I've played it 4 times now. Gotten through the first scenario all 4 times. Did one more scenario once and never had a group last to get any further. So that is a game that I would really like to play longer and more one day. I just like that's one I would love if the 4 of us got together to play through. Yeah. The problem
Alright.
with those games without a consistent group, they're almost pointless.
Right. That's fair.
But the game
Uh,
itself is a blast.
Cool. Very nice. Josh, what do you got?
I got two options. Two
Ooh,
options.
double. We got 2.
So, first one, I have not personally
It's
played,
legs.
but ooh yeah,
Wingspan.
Wingspan. It's a game about bird watching.
Oh, about bird or drone watching, you mean?
Yeah.
Yes, yeah. You're watching for birds, so that you know if the government is onto you. Is the plot of this game. But I've not yet played it, but it won a ridiculous amount of awards, and I'm really looking forward to trying it out. I brought it over to Justin Mercer's place, but we ended up playing Townsfolk Tussle the whole time. And then the other one is Root. And Root is an asymmetric, like battling game, where essentially there's like different territories, and then whether you play the cat or the birds or the cat bird, I think, raccoon or whatever.
Trash Panda.
Cat bird or catbird?
Or
well,
Trash
no.
Panda.
Yeah,
Cat, bird,
I'm
or
like,
cat.
it looks like a mouse, a
Okay.
bird, a raccoon, and a cat.
Okay, fair
And
enough.
this game is super fun. I've only played it online, but it's very, very good, and also animal themed because all of the animals have different traits and skills based off of what animal you pick.
That is one that I would like to try sometime. I've heard about it for years.
Very cool.
I've heard it's incredibly hard to learn, but once you do, then it's amazing. And there's some
Very
expansions to it and whatnot. But
Sounds like all tabletop games these days.
Yeah, no shit.
There's
I mean, to some extent,
Yeah.
a lot of the really good ones. Like, I mean, even Town Folks Tussle, like, still have to fine tune all the details of it. Like, it takes a while, but they're worth it.
Yeah, there are a lot of like super easy games. Just most of them are not that fun.
Right.
There's another animal themed one that's like super simple called Pass the Pandas. And you roll some dice, and the goal is to get rid of all of your dice. If you roll a panda, you get to give your dice to whoever you choose. If you roll I think it's a raindrop, you get to just put it into the bucket and nobody gets it back. And if you get bamboo, then the next person has to roll that many bamboo or more, or else you give some of theirs. So you're like the bamboo attacks the next person. Um, and very,
Because
very, very
bamboo
simple.
grows. It makes sense.
So yeah. And if you don't like put some barrier between your bamboo and the rest of your garden, that it'll just all be bamboo eventually.
Interesting.
But
So Wander, Cult of Barnacle Bay on Board Game Geek's weight or their complexity is 2.44 out of 5. Townsfolk Tussle is 2.5, and Root is 3.74.
Oh
Out of 5.
wow,
Yeah, out of 5.
yeah,
What's Gloomhaven?
that's actually a good question. What is Gloomhaven to set
5 out
like
of
a
5.
guessing a 4.1 maybe. It's
3.88.
Wow. Damn, that's crazy.
now
All right.
what's Kingdom Death?
Now we're just gonna go down this like a random
Right,
rabbit
just
hole.
down a rabbit hole.
And then
Kingdom
next, oh, go
is
ahead.
4.26.
Okay, so that's the biggest so far.
Whoa.
What's
What
Scythe?
is what is Hungry Hungry Hippo? Can you put that in there? Like, what is is that like a 0.1?
Yeah, is
Is
there a
that on
0?
there?
Scythe is 3.43.
Damn, okay. Are you doing Hungry Hungry Hippos?
Yeah.
Because someone needs to do that to see what it would be.
1.7.
Wow, that's higher than I imagined. Okay.
I guess I wonder if complexity, since it is complex, is like kind of a
Subjective sort of term, I guess. A little
yeah.
bit.
So like it does require dexterity in that you have to
That's fair.
like hit the hippos as much as physically possible, a little trigger. So like, because there's a bunch of games that have high dexterity.
Hmm.
And then what is it? Steal the Moon, Visit the Moon. Justin, do you remember that one? You have to like make the tower of little wooden ladders without knocking over the other ladders. Catch the Moon is, I think, a song by Voodoo Glow Skulls, not what I'm thinking of.
Now you're just talking gibberish.
Right.
Catch the Moon. Yeah, it is Catch the Moon.
Hmm.
Yeah, and so its complexity is 1.0 exactly. But
Jesus.
but that requires some dexterity, but not really like not complicated. You just
Right.
put ladders on other ladders and try not to knock it over.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna kind of be lame. I was going through like my whole tabletop, everything I have, and I don't play nearly as much as you guys. I don't have any animal themed games. Other like I was like, oh, Scythe. Every character has an animal, but that still doesn't count. So I was wondering, could we bend the rules a little bit and say that zombies are animals? Is that something we can do? Hmm?
Why?
Well,
Because you just want to do
Zombicide has the
Zombicide?
dog.
I was gonna
Zombicide
say
has that dog
Zombicide.
expansion, which I have. So
Do you really? All right, I'm
mhm.
going Zombicide then. That's kind of a
I feel
cheat,
like we played it. Remember
huh?
each character had a dog,
Mm-hmm.
came with like a equipable item, if you will, but it was just like their dog stats.
And they
Oh,
were
dude,
so
I do
freaking
remember that
nice. They
now.
had the
Yes,
movement speed, and they could like scout for you and like come
yes,
back,
I remember that.
retrieve one item and like bring it back, like all sorts
Mhm.
of fun, crazy
That's right.
things.
Yeah, so that's my answer. That's what I'm going with. So I don't have anybody around here to play tabletop games with. So the only time I ever play is like if I travel somewhere. So which kind of sucks, but it is what it is.
Find people online.
Yeah,
Do tabletop
Virtual
simulator.
the tabletop simulator. Yeah.
we have a store in town called Game State, which like it's a huge building. It's like really big for a store, but they sell tabletop. They have magic tournaments and all that stuff. I've never been in. I should probably just go sometime just to see.
Do it.
But
It's super fun.
I'm not super into magic though, so I don't
Who
know.
cares? They do other things there.
Yeah, yeah, I'm
That's
sure
the
they
only
do.
reason why they're probably still afloat is because they do all
Right.
sorts of things nerd.
Yeah, dude, it's pretty crazy. Like, one of my coworkers goes to magic tournaments there all the time. He said there's always a lot of people there, so I should probably go check that out at some point. All right. So before we jump into what are we playing now, or I guess we can segue into what are we playing now. We'll have Josh go first. Josh, did you do anything fun or interesting this weekend? Did you? Maybe
Can't think of anything.
no,
No.
no.
So really quick, I will get video game things out of the way. On the Steam Deck. And then I downloaded Peglin and um, Slay the Spire,
Oh, there you go. I love Slay
and
the Spire.
there's another one that I am drawing a blank on at the moment. It will come to me eventually. But the more unrelated to video games is that I went to Gen Con.
Yes, you fucking did.
So drove up Thursday. It was like I don't know, 6.5 hours, something like that. That includes the time zone change, so it was like 5.5 in car, and then walked the Gen Con floors, and just kind of did a whole weekend of gaming and walking and spending all my money,
So,
and
so without going over everything, because I'm sure you could talk for hours on everything that was there, just give us like some highlights. Like what was like, kind of the top things you saw or played or did?
so the top things is I took a couple painting classes
Cool.
for mini painting, and that was pretty cool. Justin and I have talked about doing that before. Unfortunately, I signed up for one for like an advanced course, and then just didn't go to it. Just totally spaced. So that was a bit of a waste of money, but you know, it is what it is. So I signed up for an intro to mini painting class. And then I also signed up for like a special effects, like blood and gore and pus and painting all of those things, which was interesting. Probably wouldn't do that one again, just because it was more. It was less like you doing these things, learning, and more like watching them
Oh,
do it.
yeah,
And so if I'm not getting like active feedback, it's like I could watch a YouTube video for this.
yeah.
So it was fine, but I probably just wouldn't do that one again. But the painting was good. I also did a like free paint sort of thing. They did a hobby hangout where Steamforge Games just gave like a free mini, and
Oh,
then
cool.
you add army painter paints, and I'll just grab. And so did some painting and played a little bit of the Fallout game.
Yeah, how was that?
It was really good. It was really good. So,
I
good
didn't realize you
enough.
actually played it.
Yeah, only like a handful of rounds. Like, didn't really complete. I went over to the tournament table and asked the person who seemed to know the most, and by that I mean I asked the guy in full Fallout cosplay, and he was super cool, and kind of gave me a rundown of the rules and a couple of rounds, and um, he was saying that the scale for the tournament was huge, but most games are much smaller. So, so I picked that up, and but it was really good. Um, I like so um, you can shoot through terrain things like cars and barricades and whatever, but it actually decreases your accuracy and increases um, their defense. And so it's pretty strategic how you want to use that sort of stuff to your advantage.
Okay.
Plus, since it's Fallout related, then of course there's a faction for Brotherhood of Steel and Vault Dwellers and the like. I'm just gonna call them Tunnel Snakes. They're not the Tunnel Snakes. It's the other. It's one of the other gangs from like New Vegas or something that are just like the Outriders. And then of course there's like the um, different robots and the super mutants, and this particular set comes with a like a faction of humans and then a faction of super mutants, I think. And
Wow. Sounds like there's a lot of minis in that little box.
yeah, there's 12 minis, 6 and 6, I think, for the 2 teams. And then because I bought this at Gen Con, it had a bonus, the alien from like the Zeta Fallout 3 expansion.
Oh, funny.
So that was kind of cool. Here's my one of the minis I painted here. Little bear, orc riding a bear. And then I painted this one. He's from this guy is from um, Song of Ice and Fire, the Game of Thrones tabletop skirmish game. And so I don't know what faction, whichever one has the elk. I've not watched Game of Thrones. I have no idea.
Oh, that's Health Baratheon. Thank you.
Well, hopefully they wear red and blue armor because
They sure do not.
That's how I painted them. And
It's a cool
I've never
thing.
seen a blue duck before, so I decided to make a blue duck.
well, like when I was like deciding armor, I'm like, should I paint this like a regular armor or should I paint him to look like the fucking Legend of the Dragoon red
There you go.
dart armor?
Dart? Yeah.
Yes. And I went the cool route.
I like it.
So yeah, those were kind of my my highlights. Just playing some games and doing some painting classes, and just kind of seeing all of the shit that's there. It's massive. I was finding some stuff that I like the very last day. I didn't really expect to go Sunday, and then I signed up for a class last minute. And then I'm like, okay, well, let me just do one last lap just to see how busy it is Sunday, because Justin and I never go on Sunday. We'd like head home, and I saw like 2 booths and like an arcade that I had not seen the entire time.
Interesting.
And so there are just like still parts of that building I have yet to explore. And I was saying, that I got like I got like 13,000 plus steps a day. So and the fact that I put in that many steps and still didn't see everything just really goes to.
That's crazy.
But
well, cool, man. I'm glad you had fun.
Yep.
Very nice.
Yeah. And the
one of these
other,
years,
other. Oop, sorry.
One of these years, we're all going. I'm just saying, we're all going one of these years. We're doing it.
I would say I'll believe it when I see it, but I don't even know if I'll believe it then.
Like even if we're all in the car together, you're still like, nah, it's probably not.
Yeah, I'll be like, I need someone to smack me and wake me up from this dream.
The other purchases, gaming related. You guys don't give a shit about paint, most of you, so that one is left. As I got Morkborg, Swedish RPG. This looks super cool. Been wanting to buy this for a really long time, but never really got around to it. And then they were there. And then Death in Space, which I had heard about one day prior to Gen Con, and I'm like, looks like they're gonna be there. So then I bought every book for the RPG Never Going Home, which is like a World War One meets Cthulhu-esque chaos and darkness. So I'm looking.
We're gonna have him DM one of these at some point.
Eventually, once I've read all the rules.
Morkborg looks interesting. I've just from the little bit I was just googling real quick.
Yeah, I love the artwork. And then I got Vagrant Song, which has very similar artwork to Townsfolk Tussle, like got 1920s esque But you are a group of people on a haunted train, and you are attempting to essentially get off of the train that you're trapped on by defeating all of the ghosts, like reminding them of their humanity, so that they go into the afterlife. But of course, if they kill you, then you become a ghost on Haunted Train. It's got pretty good
It
reviews.
sounds like the scene from Final Fantasy 6 or whatever or the SNES one when you're on the haunted train with all the ghosts and you have to get past them and then fight the ghost train. You don't
I
remember this
don't
part,
know.
Josh?
No, I don't
I don't
honestly don't remember if I ever played 6. I've played
which
like
I mean the Super Nintendo version. You've
mhm.
never played that one?
This does not ring a
Oh
bell.
wow.
That might be one of the
Ryan
best
seems
Final
like it's
Fantasies. Yeah.
I right behind 7. It is like my
Yes.
favorite.
Damn, that's crazy.
You
Alright,
never
well,
played
cool.
the Super Nintendo one? Well, that blows my mind.
Hell yeah.
Well, I never
Final
owned a Super
Fantasy
Nintendo back in the day.
Originally, it was Final Fantasy 3, and then they
Yeah.
changed to Final Fantasy 6. Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn, that's cool. Alright.
So I missed out on a lot of Super Nintendo games. All of the games that I've played on the Super Nintendo were like me going and reliving the childhood had I had one. So,
Right.
but
I so moving on. Justin, what you been playing?
I think just Star Citizen. Didn't play a whole lot. We played Thursday night fairly late, and then Saturday morning I got up and the Siege of Orison was going on, and we decided to try it. And I think we were doing that for 3 hours, give or take. And your computer would have died. I can already tell you now. Even mine had some frame rate, but it was absolutely incredible. Like you're in this part of the city and did not bring enough ammo. Luckily, we were able to find some and stuff, but you're in this part of the city on like these giant platforms with like buildings and trees, and there's just bad guys spawning. Like we started with the game at nighttime, and by the time we got to the final area, it was daytime, and like I probably killed 20 to 40 dudes, and that's, I would guess, low. Um, then you're just traversing all these 4 platforms. You have to go to each one, and then the final one, you have to get on these 8 and the A2 bombers. Which, if you watch that video that I sent, that was like, "How is this a game?" and it was that giant white ship. That's the C2. This is like the same ship, but it's classified as a bomber. Then you have to fly to this platform and get on that platform and then kill the final like lieutenant, and then you win. And Saren, who's in this chat, joined us as we were about to go. Like we just got the A2 and he joined us. So we flew to one of the earlier platforms in it because you can't fly your own ships in. You have to like do this all on ground and then get to this final area, get these ships, and then it's kind of a space battle or sky battle, if you will. And we get Saren in there and we're like shooting at the AA and it's taking forever. And so we're like, let's just try to land on this platform. Fuck it and see what happens. And we got out. Saren jumped in the one of the like Nova tanks and he was getting ready to drive the tank out onto the platform, and I'm flying over it. We basically got blown up, and he gets out, lands on a platform, but the tank like rolls off, lands on a different spot, and like each time we're like, oh, and then it rolled off that, and he just fell to his death. So all of that for us not to complete it, and no one else was even there to finish it. So nothing happened there. And Thursday night with Adam, Cam, and Roan, we did the Jump Town event, which there's like one spot on one moon. I think it's a moon, right, Adam?
Mm-hmm.
That has this like drug processing facility.
machine. I guess it's like making drugs over and over and over again.
And so we get there, and there's already some people down there, and Rowan blows them up, and then we land. And Adam and I are down there. We're gonna grab the drugs and get them ready. We're gonna load them in one of Adam's ships while Cam and Rowan protect us from the sky. And this dude comes that Rowan shot in his other ship. He comes back in one of those A2 bombers and drops a nuke and blows up everyone outside. So they all died, and I'm left inside. I ended up killing someone. Basically held the inside of this building for like an hour waiting for everyone, and they kept getting shot on their way back, and it was just an absolute
It
tear.
was a
And then
shit show, but it was so much fun.
yeah, like they're definitely like, I think the beauty of that game really is the like choosing what you want to do, but taking advantage of the events that are going on is a ton of fun. And it sounds like from what Saren and Ron were talking about before we hopped off, that they got some new events starting now, or what was that thing that Saren wanted to do, Adam? Like find a derelict ship or something?
Oh no, I guess he had got one of the Arlington gang members, which is just a thing for one of the contacts, but that's been around for a little bit.
Gotcha. But yeah, that was pretty much it. Didn't really do too much else. I did finish a squad for Kill Wager that I've been needing to paint since I got that damn game. So that felt good. My second completed squad.
Very cool.
Yeah, now we
Awesome.
just need to play it.
Yep.
So one of these days.
I did check, and my squad is base coded, minus the dogs. The dog I have not even remotely started the dogs, so I don't know if I need the dogs. I don't know, but I'm ready to play when y'all are.
Cool. Very nice. All right, Adam, what about you?
Lots of Star Citizen and a little bit of RimWorld here and there when I just
Okay.
wanted to play some single player game. Still have a really fun save going on, and that just keeps expanding more and more and more. That's a lot of fun game. So
Yeah. Cool. Very nice. I didn't game a whole lot. I just got the sudden urge one day to just start a new Skyrim character, so I did that. I've never finished the main quest line of that game. Never. Like
Same.
hundreds of hours, I've never finished it. So maybe this time, I doubt it. But and then I noticed I paid way too much money for it. But Xbox they re-released Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance 2. Remember that, Justin? And I was like, all right, fuck it, I'm doing it. So I bought it, and I was just kind of rolling through that. Just brought back. It's not really that good of a game, to be honest, but nostalgia definitely plays a bigger part than you would, or I guess than I thought it was going to. But yeah, it brought back some cool memories. So I've been playing that quite a bit too.
We used to
But
bring
what's that?
the old PlayStation up north camping with the
Yeah,
TV and sit in the cabin and play that when
yeah.
they went out on the boat.
Like we're going fishing. We're like, fuck you guys. We're playing Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance 2. So
Is that the
yeah,
one you
dude,
get to
good time.
unlock, like Drizzt as like
Yeah,
a playable
dude, and
character?
Artemis. You can unlock both.
Nice.
So
Yeah.
yeah, dude,
Hmm.
fucking awesome game, awesome game. So, or it was back in the PlayStation 2 days.
I think I had it on GameCube.
Oh my god, I'm gonna kill her. Somebody else talk.
I
assuming
remembered.
he means his dog. We're both having dog issues today, apparently.
Yeah. I
His
can't say
dog.
that I've ever had a dog issue. It's great. So I remember what the game I had played that I could not think of the name of, which is Death's Door. I installed that on the Steam Deck. Death's Door. It's like the open. What am I like a aerial camera sort of like Souls like, and it's really really good. It's a little frustrating that I am very bad at it, but you kind of get that with Souls like in the name. So you're essentially like a crow who is like a collector of souls. You know, you're death essentially, and uh, your job is to like go collect a soul that ends up getting taken from you, and so you're kind of working your way to go do that. There's more to it than that, but no spoilers. But it's very good. It's very very good. I think Ryan, you have played Death's Door, right? I think you mentioned
Oh
that
yeah, I fucking
previous.
love it. Yeah, it
Yeah.
was an awesome game. Really good.
So
Um,
just working on that a little bit as well.
Hell yeah, very good game. So I apologize. These two little bitches outside who are walking their dogs just exclusively on my street, just to one side of the street, then the other, and then back, and then to the other.
Hmm.
And my dog flips out every time they walk by the window. Hopefully they're almost done.
That sounds like a your dog issue.
Yeah,
They're like,
it
I'm
is.
I'm just enjoying the weather and
Yeah.
uh
Okay, so anyways, I didn't do a whole lot of gaming because last weekend, on Friday, I drove up to the old Boundary Waters. A friend of the show, good friend of mine, Leif, bought some land up there.
Nice.
So
oh,
he was
yeah.
up there with his daughter. And then also, friend of the show, good buddy of mine, Jeremy, went up there and brought his two kids with him, his two boys. And we just had a goddamn good weekend. So, I mean, it was like a 7-hour drive for just a weekend. So that was a little rough.
Totally worth it.
It was fun, dude. Honestly, like we went out. He's got like a camper set up on there, and then his in-laws have a camper there, and then his brother-in-law has a camper there. So they got like plenty of room or whatever. He's got a ton of land, man, and it's right on the lake, which is awesome.
Which lake?
So, oh fuck, I can't remember now. God damn it.
Well, there's
Uh,
only 10,000 of them, so.
yeah. So it's right out of Nashwauk, Minnesota, right outside of that. I can't remember the name of the lake.
Hmm.
But honestly, the most fun I had, which I've never done before, and I can't believe it took me this long to do it, is he's got 3 4-wheelers, and we just fucking went off-roading, and it was incredible. It was so much fun. Like, I could have done it all fucking day, dude. All day. Like, we literally, because we're in the middle of,
You live in Iowa and you've never
I
gone
mean,
four wheeling.
I've been on a 4-wheeler, but not like off-roading before. Like I've
Hmm.
driven it, you know what I mean? Like I've never gone to where you're literally like on a road and there's this tiny orange sign with an arrow pointing, and that means just go this way. So we did that, like just out in the middle of fucking nowhere, and oh my god, it was so fun. It
Ryan's
was
35 and just not figuring out what signs are.
Yeah, fuck you. Uh,
I could see
so
you in all camo just on a four
yeah,
wheeler.
not
I don't
so
know why,
much.
or like a bright orange hat, all
Yeah,
camo. Like I could see that. Especially it'd be an Under Armour one. So
of
I mean, they
course,
they make
naturally,
those. The
naturally. But yeah, dude, goddamn, like it was so much fun, so
That's
much
how I
fun.
am on the Sea-Doos.
Yeah, exactly. And I brought that up too. I was like, now I know how Justin feels on the Sea-Doos. Like, I could do this all fucking day long, all day long. So
you ever gone
never understood.
snowmobiling?
That's way more
yeah,
fun.
no, I
Snowmobiling is super
disagree.
fun.
Disagree.
Mm.
I
I
like
would, huh?
the snowmobiling, like my buddy Zach, who some of you may have met, Soini.
Yeah,
He had a bunch of snowmobiles, but they were older and didn't have the hand warming feature. And then Susan and David had snowmobiles with like superchargers in them, and those had all the bells and whistles. And it's a lot different having
I
your
bet.
hands being constantly warmed versus cruising in Minnesota without that.
Right,
Yeah. Yeah.
right.
It's like at one point you're just holding on, and then you're like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to let go of the throttle when the
Yeah.
time comes. I might
Hands
just
are just
have
too
to,
like cold and
yeah,
yeah.
Yeah.
I might just have to keep it going and see what happens.
Yeah, dude. I don't know, man. I want to do it again. I almost want to fucking buy one, honestly. Like I'm there. I had so much fun.
Do you have
So,
a truck or something that you could haul it with and like
oh,
go somewhere?
I got my Jeep, absolutely.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, definitely. That would work. So, um Yeah, I don't know. I'm thinking about it. I'm really
Just
thinking
go
about it.
off-roading in your Jeep.
I gotta do. Yeah, it's different. That's different. I gotta do some more research just about like what kind of trails are closer to me and that kind of stuff. So,
Yeah.
um,
I mean,
but
there's probably plenty with where you live.
yeah, I would think so. I would think so. But yeah, I don't know, dude. That's like might be a new hobby of mine if I get one. Cause fuck, that was a good time. So good. And we couldn't even like go too crazy because like Leif had his daughter with him, and then Jeremy had one of his boys on his, and I had his other boy on mine. So we couldn't go too wild. You know what I mean? So
It's fun barely even going on them though.
yeah, and
Like it's
like
fun cruising.
You're on an
yeah,
adult Power Wheel, and Power Wheels
right.
were the best thing as a kid.
Yeah.
So I mean, like, it can't be bad, right?
Yeah,
I
dude.
mean,
They,
and even if you didn't have one as a kid, you're like, now I know what
you're
this is
right.
like. Fuck yeah,
Right.
this is the Power Wheel. Power Wheels.
I mean, yeah, we got it. They go up to. I got mine up to 50 miles an hour, so they fucking go,
Damn.
dude. They go. So, I mean, when you're on the trails, it's like 20. You don't really want to kick it up more than that, or because you might die. But it was a really good time. Super fun.
Especially with children
Yeah,
riding it.
right. Yeah, we that's like I said, we had to be a little bit cautious. But still, really good time. So, fuck, the kids might be coming back. All right. Well, that wraps up. What are we playing now?
Maybe you should
Just
hire.
Justin, read the news.
All right. So DC has made an interesting move by canceling the Batgirl movie. By all accounts, the movie was in post-production and roughly 90% complete. David Zaslav, the new Warner Bros. Discovery CEO, shelved the $90 million project in an attempt to shake up the DCEU. I didn't even know that there was a Batgirl movie coming, but Huff, what's your thoughts
Mhm.
on this one?
Yeah, interesting. Because typically, I would imagine that instead of just canceling it entirely, they would like bring it back to the cutting room floor to like fix what didn't work about it. But from what I'm reading, they're just like, we're cutting all our losses. Like it's not worth even like recutting. It's not worth it at all. And now I I didn't really care to see a Batgirl movie, although I love Batgirl as the character. I just feel the DC movies haven't been amazing, so I didn't have like a huge want to see it. Now I really want to see it. If it's so bad that they were just fine with throwing 90 million away, then now it's kind of like the Cats movie. Like I didn't want to see the Cats movie until I heard it like what a shit show the Cats movie was. Um, but so now I want to see it.
Did you
I'm ho-
watch Cats movie?
no, no, because no, but here's why is because when it was first released, it was like incomplete. The CGI had not been finished, and so it was just like if you saw it on release day, it just didn't work at all. And I want to see that copy specifically. I don't want to see the like, hey, we fixed everything. No, well, not everything. There's some unredeemable parts I've heard, but I want to see the like the dumpster fire of the first release. And so now I really want to see this. I do feel a little bit bad for all of the people. So typically, there's like two different pay styles if you're an actor. One is you just get paid a shit ton up front, and then another one is you make less up front, but you get X percentage of however well the movie does. Um,
It's
So it
called
was
playing the lottery.
it
You get
was
the lump
probably
sum or
yeah.
the money over the time.
It was
Yeah.
probably the first option because it was going to be streaming on HBO Max only. There was no theatrical release.
Yeah. So if you were an actor, you should probably have picked the upfront money in that regard. But I do feel a little bit bad for all of the people who have, you know, put in a lot of time because, you know, let's say the writing was horrible and that is why it could never be redeemed. Um, all of like the rigging crew and all of like the, you know, the people who went into making that movie, like I'm sure they were excited. They don't know how it was going to turn out because they don't
Right.
see the finished product until it's done. But just kind of a bummer. But I really want to see the the dumpster fire. I'm more interested now.
It's even like crazier to think about because like, well, one, they've shown like some images since it got canceled. Like the costumes all look really cool. I thought Batgirl's costume was awesome.
It
Like
looked
really well done.
really good. Yeah.
Really good. But like the names that were in this movie, J.K. Simmons as Commissioner Gordon, Brendan Fraser as Firefly,
Mm-hmm.
Michael Keaton as Batman, and they still scrapped this fucking movie? Like that's crazy.
I have to
That's-
wonder if there's more to it than that because you would think that I mean they're not getting any money back for not showing it.
Nothing.
But
Nothing.
like if you show it and it does like middling at best, you know, like you make out of the 90 million you make back 30 million. That's still 30 more million than you have right now. So I feel like it's got to be so bad that it's not worth the 30 million.
But it can't be like it can't be worse than Justice League. There's no way it's worse than Justice League, and they released that shit in the fucking theaters. Or Batman v Superman, no way it's as bad as that. And they released that shit in theaters.
Yeah.
Like, there's no way.
So like I mean DC hasn't had a great track record for non-Batman films.
Right? Wonder Woman was good.
The first Wonder Woman was good.
Yes, first Wonder Woman was good.
And I didn't mind Aquaman. That was fine.
Yeah, it was fine.
It was a little ambiguous, but it was still entertaining.
Man of Steel was
Yeah.
also fine. Man of Steel was fine.
I don't know that I ever watched that, but
Yeah.
I haven't watched any of the Justice League Batman from Ben Affleck era. I don't think I've seen a single Henry Cavill Superman movie either.
You know, that's probably okay, to be honest. Like, that's all right.
I did watch Wonder Woman, obviously.
Yeah.
And I watched.
Obviously.
What's that supposed to mean? And I watched
Busted.
Aquaman, obviously.
Yeah.
obviously. I mean, have you seen Jason Momoa?
Yeah.
Attractive people. I mean, what do you want?
Yeah, right.
Like they're all attractive people.
Attractive
Doesn't
people
matter.
hardly wearing anything. So that's even.
I
There we go.
mean, Henry Cavill, Jason Momoa. What's Wonder Woman's name?
Gal Gadot.
Gal Gadot.
Gadot. Sorry.
And then you got Ben Affleck there. Just
Mallrats is always what I think of, that character of his in Mallrats. Just the tight thing in the back of the VW.
Right.
Like, no, he's just like such an
Right.
ass.
Well, Adam, we'll go to you next. What are your thoughts on this?
I
Were
mean,
you
if
gonna
Joker showed up, sure, cool.
But
let
you
him
were
in
a
now.
huge Keaton Batman fan, weren't you?
I mean, I grew up on it, and he was
Yeah.
amazing, and yeah. But I mean, you know, he was gonna be such a tiny role, like he's gonna show up as like a cameo sort of thing.
Probably.
Like he wasn't gonna be a major thing. It was gonna be like, here, have my bat cave, use it. Like, I don't know, like what do you want, or like come, I don't know, like take some under wing. I don't know. Like he wouldn't have been a big thing. I
Right.
am surprised though that they would scrap that much money, to Josh's point, and just like not get something back, even if it's a total flop. 10, 20, 30 million is better than losing just straight 90. So like I don't understand that part of it,
Yeah.
unless it's just, to Josh's point again, a just complete dumpster fire. But even then, if it's like The Room bad, like it's still gonna be like a cult following then. Like I
Right.
mean, the worst Batman movies, everyone still jokes about like Batman nipples
Batman
and
and
like,
Robin, yeah.
and like I mean, like those still have their place. So I don't get it. I don't know why
Yeah.
you would completely scrap it for everything. Or my only thought is, hear me out, they're gonna like come back in like another year, be like, oh, we're not scrapping it, we're bringing it back, and so like there's even more hype, and they try and like build it up.
I'm all
because
well,
they would do bullshit like that just to
right. They
hype up
would.
a
Would
movie.
it
I
Yeah.
would
feel
be
like,
the director cut?
yeah, like,
Um,
oh, we brought it back. Here's
yeah.
the version, and now it's gonna do like hopefully twice as good as it would have before, even though it's still gonna be awful. So
Right.
What if
Well, go ahead.
what if they just didn't actually finish it in time? And instead of pushing the release back a year, then they're saying, "Oh yeah, it was we had to cancel it, we had to scrap it, starting over, just to like get the publicity out of it."
Right.
yeah, that's what I'm wondering. Is like we've been hearing so much about it, like maybe they're using it as a delay ploy, and then they're like, oh, we suckered him into like coming back here. Now see it, or I don't know, who the
Right.
fuck
Yeah.
knows.
Justin, where are you at on this?
I mean, the first thought that I had was kind of along Huff's, like, was it just so bad that it's not redeemable? But I still feel like with that much done, they could have found a way to fix it. But maybe Adam's right, and it is a marketing ploy because this is going to garner a ton of news and people commenting on it. So,
Yeah.
like, I honestly didn't even know there was a Batgirl movie coming out. I
Really?
had no idea.
Yeah.
And for it to be 90% complete, I feel like I at least know movies that are coming and like the Comic-Con stuff. I had no idea that this was even, especially with the cast associated to it, still had no idea. And after looking at that, I'm actually bummed that it was canceled because Brendan Fraser, that would have been his
Oh,
one
that
of
would
his
have been
first movies
so
back.
dope.
And
I know.
but just to cancel it, but at the same time, since I didn't even know that it was in production, I
Yeah.
have to say I don't really care. And I've
Dude.
never been a big DC person, so it's not a lot of loss to me.
One of the photos they released was just like a still shot of Brendan Fraser just standing outside a building on fire. I was like, fuck, I want to see this. So I think this kind of I'm bummed it's not coming out. I would have watched it. And like I said, if they think it's bad, like they never watched Justice League or Batman v Superman, which were just two of the worst movies ever created. But I think this speaks to like bigger DC issues. Like I remember when they first announced that they were building the DC cinematic universe and they were like, "Whoa, we picked Zack Snyder to run it." And I was like, "Oh, that's a bad idea. Oh, I don't know about that." Um and then it didn't go well. Obviously, that was a poor choice. Cuz I mean really like Zack Snyder made 300, which was a pretty good movie. Name another good Zack Snyder movie. Yeah, you can't. You fucking can't. They're all terrible.
I'm
So
curious what
he's
other
gonna look
movies
it
he
up.
made. Yeah.
Remakes don't count. He redid Dawn of the Dead. That doesn't count. Um, so that was like mistake number one. Mistake number two was casting. So this literally just happened like 2 hours ago. I saw it pop up on Twitter. But Ezra Miller, who's playing the Flash, was just arrested for felony burglary.
Dude,
So
he's been getting fucking arrested and all sorts of shit for months now.
no,
I don't even
never
know what
been
you're.
arrested. This is the first time arrested.
Ezra Miller?
Yeah, isn't
He
it?
wasn't actually arrested because he was like on the run.
Yeah, people were
Dude,
looking
he's
for
gotten
him.
in so much shit for long time. Like it
Yeah,
blows my mind that they
in the
haven't
Right.
kicked him as the Flash.
And that's another thing I was going to
He's
bring up
had
is
like
like
assaults at like bars and
right.
hotels and like all sorts of shit. Like
He
dude's fucking
essentially
crazy.
Like,
kidnapped a child.
Yeah.
they're saying that
Yeah.
he's like basically running a sex cult and
Right.
Dude's
island.
like dude's fucking nuts. Like
Well,
I'm sorry.
That's
And they're
another
still
thing
releasing that product.
Yes, that's what I was going to bring up. Like you cancel Batgirl, but you're still planning on releasing Flashpoint? Yeah, you sure? Like is that you sure about
Yeah.
that?
Who gets
Like
that money? Because if he goes to prison, does he just go to prison as a filthy rich person?
apparently, I would imagine. I don't know.
I mean,
I'm sure
Goes
there'll
to a
be
bank account somewhere and then when he gets out, he's
Yeah.
got it. I don't know.
right.
Watchmen. Watchmen was an okay movie that he
Yeah.
directed.
See, okay, you just said it's an okay movie. Like,
I mean, I would say it was good. I enjoyed watching it.
Source material is so much better though.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Minus the ending.
So anyway, so there's that, and then there's David Zaslav, Who can you believe Discovery had enough money to buy HBO? Like, that's weird to me, but, like, you've been surviving on Shark Week for the last 10 years and you got buy HBO money? Like, that's fucking weird. But he's like, "Yeah, well, we're scrapping some stuff and we got a 10-year plan." And I was like, "I remember when you guys first started this and you said you had a 10-year plan and that didn't go very well. Like, should we really have confidence in this guy?" But if you want to turn the DCEU around, literally shelve everything and completely reboot the fucking thing. It's the only way you're gonna be able to do it.
Do it
Like,
to it.
that's the only way you're gonna be able to make this work.
Uh,
Shelve everything.
you know how you make it work? You bring Jack back as Joker, and he just does something, and it like flips everything, and you're like, oh shit, let's go.
I don't think he'll
Even
ever
though
do
Jack, I don't think is ever
yeah,
going to be doing
no
a
way.
movie again in his life
Yeah.
because
How
he
old
doesn't
is
need
he?
to. I mean, he's become like a recluse sort of person as it
Yeah.
is, so that will never happen.
Right.
But
He's
So
85 years old now.
damn,
yeah,
there you go. Yeah, man, I don't know. I think the DC cinematic universe is in deep shit, and I don't know how you recover from this other than I said literally just blowing it up and starting over and putting somebody competent in charge of it. Definitely not Zack Snyder. Um
you know what you got
that
to do? You got to buy over John Favreau.
yeah, that's
Easy.
you think Marvel will
You're
never let
probably
him
getting
go.
bored with Marvel by
Yeah,
this point,
right.
right,
Yeah.
bud? Like, come over to our side.
He's like, "Yeah, but my bank account's not." I don't think you could pay him. Marvel will match whatever. They're not getting rid of Favreau, especially with what he's doing with Star Wars now too. No
That's a
way.
good point.
No
Well,
way.
that's what I mean. Like even that, I feel like you're kind of almost getting to the point of scraping the barrel a little bit.
Right.
It might
Yeah.
be time to pull up a different IP at this point.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Like keep you can keep Gal Gadot, you can keep Jason Momoa, you can keep Robert Pattinson, and everybody else has got to go. I mean, that's just where it's at. Like
Hmm.
see if you can bring Cavill back as Superman. I don't think he ever got a fair shot. I don't think he ever got really a chance to be
What I
Superman.
didn't like about those movies had nothing to do with Henry Cavill.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
He seems
So,
like a fucking really cool, like awesome person. Like I feel like he could do
yeah.
a really good Clark Kent if you let
Yes.
him, because
Right.
he's just an actual Midwest chill like
Yeah.
dude. Like I don't
Yeah.
know, like
Right.
just let him be him. I
Oh my
guess I
god.
don't know.
Keep Zack Snyder away from it. All right. Let's move on to number 2. So, we had no video game news at all, but we had 2 pieces of nerd news. So this one, we're heading over to Marvel. Marvel has introduced mutants into the MCU. I'm not going to spoil how they did it because that's spoiler territory. And there's a small chance we may know our next Professor X. Giancarlo Esposito, the actor best known for playing Gus in Breaking Bad, has stated that he has talked to Marvel and wants to play the founder of the X-Men. I don't know if I can see it. Like, he's always the villain, isn't he? Like,
He's bald though.
huh?
Is he bald? Is he bald?
He's
Didn't realize.
bald.
That's why, yeah. Uh, has he ever played like a good person? Has he ever? Like, I'm
Not
sure.
that I can think of.
I don't think he has.
But
But
I don't
maybe
know what
that's
he
why he
did
really wants
before.
to. Like,
Yeah,
I
that
feel
could
like he
be.
can be. So sorry to interject, Josh, but I feel like if you're someone that can be a really good, impressive villain, I feel like you're hating someone is a lot harder than like really loving and like
Right.
someone. I feel like it's easy to be like, oh, he's a good character, blah blah blah, but to just like severely hate a character is really really good
Yeah.
acting.
Right.
And so I feel like he could do a great job. He does amazing job in everything he does. So
Right. Yeah, I think I'm not saying he can't do it. I'm sure he would knock it out of the fucking park. I'm just saying it would be hard for me to wrap my brain around that a little bit, I think. Justin, what do you think about this?
I have no issues with it. I wouldn't have any issues with him playing a good guy. Um, I mean, I kind of feel like Professor X, while typically is a good character, he's still got a gray side to him.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Definitely.
So
He's
I
made
don't
some
know.
questionable choices throughout the
Yeah,
comics. Yeah.
and I think that giving an actor a chance to get out of a typecast is important,
Yeah.
and this could be a powerful move for that. I like him as an actor, and I think he's a pretty powerful actor. So I would be all for it, and I've been honestly, I always loved the X-Men. I liked the old movies. I don't think there's one that I didn't at least find enjoyable, other than the first Deadpool adaptation.
Wolverine
Wait.
Origins.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
That
All right.
movie was
Yeah.
truly horrendous.
Hey, but they fixed it in Deadpool too.
but I don't know. I would love to see the X-Men come into the Marvel universe. I just think that's been a long time coming, and I'm honestly shocked. I have to assume the only reason they haven't done it is because there's already so much media out for the X-Men. But
licensing.
Yeah.
That was my guess, is they couldn't do X-Men and mutants yet.
Whoever owned the same rights
Fox.
Fox owned the rights to the mutants, so like they could never tie in really. It's the same with like why there was there hasn't been like good Fantastic Four movies is because somebody else owns the rights to them, so they can't end up being in the Marvel movies. But so licensing bullshit, unfortunately.
but it sounds like that's resolved.
Yeah, no, Disney bought it. Disney bought the rights, so they have it now. So they can do Fantastic Four, they can do X-Men. I can't remember what else they got. I think they got like Silver Surfer. They got a whole bunch. So,
Do they
basically
have
they
Spider-Man
now own.
fully?
No, Sony still has Spider-Man, Venom, Sinister Six, all that shit, and they won't give it up, obviously. But
So are
they,
they just to get the current Spider-Man movies? Is there just a joint deal?
Sony's getting a cut of the profits, yeah, for allowing Disney to use Spider-Man. We actually almost had a situation where Sony said, "No, we're going to do our own, and you don't get to use them anymore." And then people freaked the fuck out and got so mad that they were finally like, "Fine, all right, you can have Spider-Man again." So,
I haven't seen the latest one, but I feel like once Marvel got a hold of him, that's been probably the best
oh,
Spider-Man movies that I've seen.
I mean, the only thing that might top it is Spider-Man 2, like OG Tobey Maguire, Doc Ock. That movie was incredible, but
Is that the one
um,
with Franco?
Franco's in all of them.
Oh.
Yeah, so but anyways, Josh, back to the Professor X thing. What do you think? Do you think he'd make a good Professor X?
I think that he's a great enough actor that he could be really whatever he wanted to be, you know?
Yeah, right.
Um, if you would ask me like which mutant he would be, I would have said more of a Magneto than
I That's my
a
thought too. Yep,
uh
absolutely.
just because cold and calculating, not necessarily a bad guy per se, but like because Magneto does a lot of things that you're like, I get that,
Yeah.
you know, uh, and so I don't know. He's a really good actor. Not who I would have thought, but I'm not opposed to that by any means.
Yeah.
What I was going to say earlier was that the first thing I remember him from is Breaking Bad.
Right.
But I mean, he's in a lot of shit before that. He was,
Mhm.
in the Unusual Suspects, and he's in a bunch of stuff.
Right.
And so I'm like, is he only been typecasted as a villain since Breaking Bad? And there's this entire catalog of stuff that
Yeah.
I don't remember.
I mean, really, like Far Cry 6, the bad guy. The Boys, he's a bad guy. Like, yeah, I think you might
Bad
be
guy in
right.
Mandalorian, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Star Wars bad
Yeah.
guy. Yeah.
I think you're right. I mean, Breaking Bad might have been the catalyst there. So,
And Breaking
Yeah,
Bad is fabulous. So I mean,
yeah.
if you're gonna get typecasted from something, like he did a kick-ass job in it. But what is
Right.
that,
Mhm.
Justin?
like since he emerged in the nerd culture world, like there's probably a ton of people that have never seen like Usual Suspects and things like that. So
Right.
a lot of people probably don't even know that he did anything before Breaking Bad, which
Right.
is sad. But I do have to
Right.
say real quick that Michael Fassbender, if I'm saying his name right, should be the forever Magneto.
Yeah, he did a damn good job. He did a really good
Super
job.
good, super good.
Yeah. Um So yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens there. I'd be all for it. I would love to see it. I think it'd just be a little weird at first, and then once the movie got going and I got acclimated, I think I'd get used to it. But I'd go for it, dude. I think that'd be awesome. So he's a dope as fuck actor. So let's do it.
How awesome would it be to be an actor and your role is to chill in a wheelchair?
Yeah.
He's probably making so much
You
money.
know, they probably spend like months in a wheelchair getting acclimated to it, like getting
Yeah.
used to it. So it's like the subtlest thing. They're not even thinking about it. Like, yeah, right. It's probably like tons of homework and shit.
It's got like a massage function on it. It's got like
Oh my god.
heated seats if necessary.
You know what I mean? Though he just gets to chill. Everyone
Yeah,
else
that's
is
true.
running around and stuff. He's like,
And then for his action scenes, he just goes like this.
True.
Yeah,
That's
he
his
does.
entire action
one bead of
scene.
sweat that they had
Yeah.
to drop some eye drops or like water droplets on.
He didn't even need to push himself around. He just moves himself with his mind. Like,
Yep.
like so he doesn't even have to like wheel anywhere.
And then
Yeah.
oh shit, action sequence. Oh shit. All right. Conspiracy theory. We got one?
Conspiracy theory. We got one.
Really quick, I will say Patrick Stewart is the best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
How
'cause
good?
Patrick
Yeah.
Stewart is fucking
Amazing in everything he does. Yeah.
Yes. It took me this entire conversation to remember that his name's not Jean-Luc Picard, because that is what is stuck in my brain forever.
Jean-Luc.
Yes.
Jean-Luc.
Jean-Luc.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah. I'm going to start wearing sunglasses. Okay. What was the name of the secret CIA operation that teamed up with the Vatican with the mafia to fight communism?
This sounds amazing.
This
I
should be
want
the
to watch
next
this
movie.
movie. Yeah, I
Yeah.
want to watch this.
Is it A, the Operation Holy Gun Runner, B, Operation Capone, C, Operation Esercito Secreto, or D, Operation Gladio?
Going
Can
A.
I just say Holy Gun Runner sounds like an awesome 80s band?
Right,
Yes,
I want to
yes.
go like this or A just because it sounds ridiculous. But no, I'm gonna go with D.
I'm gonna go with D as well. That jumped out as me.
Yeah.
Josh? Justin?
Oh, I went A. A.
Okay.
Um,
All right. I feel like it's D, but I'm going B.
All right. What do we got?
We got an A, B, and two Ds.
The double D's win.
Hey!
no! Boo!
Yeah, I should have just went with it.
Dude, that would be a dope ass movie. That would be so cool to watch.
I just thought the Pope Capone sounded fucking raw.
No.
I just picked the one that
Runners.
sounded like a Rodney
That
James
sounds
Dio song.
awesome, though. I would watch that movie for sure. Operation Holy Gun Runners
Right.
or whatever.
Oh shit, that's crazy.
Italian Job Part 2
Yeah, there you go.
in the
Except
Vatican.
preferably without Mark Wahlberg, but all right. Let's move on.
Charlize Theron could be in it. That's fine.
Yeah, I'm cool with that. Let's move on to
Thank you.
listener questions. Thanks, Marissa.
Thanks, Marissa.
First up, Pistol Pete writes in. Hi, Pistol Pete.
What
What
up,
up, Pistol
Pete?
Pew,
says-
pew, 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 pew. Pew, 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 pew,
Pistol
pew,
Pete
pew,
says,
pew.
"Hey guys, hopefully we can all agree that Logan and Jake Paul are the world's biggest douchebags. Since they seem to be challenging everyone to a fight, what video game character would you choose to absolutely destroy them in a boxing match?" I like this one. Justin, we'll have you go first. What do you got?
So I know that it's a boxing match, but I'm still sticking with it. I gotta go with my boy Huarang from Tekken.
Yeah. There you go. Just legs flying everywhere. kicking
Dude,
the
even
shit.
if he just boxed, he would still
Yeah.
whoop the fuck out of him. I was thinking Kratos first, but then I had to go with my boy.
Kratos would just tear them in half, is what
Yeah.
he would do.
Just snap them.
Yeah. Huarang would be awesome. That's a good choice. Very nice. Adam, what do you got?
Little Mac
Who?
from
It was also my choice.
from Mike Tyson's Punch Out and Smash
Oh,
Brothers and
really?
stuff, like straight up boxer. But like he would do some crazy charge up like uppercut thing and just like snap their head off because
Right.
he's going up against like King Hippo and he goes up against Mike Tyson. He kills if you're good,
Knocks
he
him
takes
out.
down Mike Tyson. So
If you're good.
if you're
Yeah.
good, so I think he can take down the Logans for sure.
Yeah,
Little
without
Mac,
trying.
100%.
Very nice. That's you too, Josh?
Yeah, that was my choice. Or alternatively, Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Because I feel like I
He
was
had his own
thinking,
game.
I was thinking, like Ryu from Street Fighter or something. But I'm like, I feel like fireballs are illegal. Like Hadokens, like not allowed in boxing. So like, sure they can beat him, but they would lose the fight for cheating.
Right.
So Lomac or like Mike Tyson, they're actually just like really good boxers.
Yeah, right.
They know the rules and they could still, still kick some ass.
Oh yeah.
Alternatively, any of the characters from the game Arms.
Yeah.
That Nintendo Switch
There you
game.
go.
I think they might get disqualified as well.
Well, they just got
Probably.
extendable arms. It's a little cheating, but not like I'm gonna put a T-Rex in there or like not like
Hold up.
super cheating.
The question was, which video game character would you choose to absolutely destroy them in a boxing match? It doesn't say win.
in a
Yeah.
boxing match. Wait,
It
what?
They
does-
don't have to legally
true.
win.
Destroy them.
Just well, in that case, Doom Guy with the BFG.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't like that one, Adam. That's too quick. That's
Just
too quick.
liquefies them.
Okay,
Yeah.
sorry.
I went. So originally, I thought of Jax from Mortal Kombat, and I was like, "That's probably disqualification with metal arms. You're probably not
Yeah.
allowed to have that." So then I just switched it to Liu Kang. Liu Kang would whoop the shit. Can you imagine Jake Paul getting bicycle kicked in the face? Like that's
Yeah,
just
kicks are not allowed in boxing matches. Just so you
fucking. He
know.
went. Guess who went Huarang? So goddamn it, I'm taking it. So, yeah, Liu Kang's my answer, or Jax is my real answer, but I feel like that might not be allowed. Metal arms. He could just wear long sleeves, and you would never know.
Because I mean,
I don't think I've ever seen a single boxer wear a shirt ever, but
Right.
here we are with a long sleeve shirt.
you've got the boxing gloves, on top of the hands.
See?
So you
Yeah.
never know. You never know. You'd
And
be like,
then-
Oh, who was the boxing character from Killer Instinct?
I don't remember.
Oh my
That's
god,
so long ago.
guys, killing me.
Or the boxing character from Street Fighter, but Balrog? Balrog, is that his name? Something like that. But just Jackson is metal fist, and
Tyler Johnson Garrett.
Yeah, I'd say
TJ Combo.
TJ
There you
Combo.
go. There you
That
go.
guy would have fucking smoked them. He'd do like a killer combo and punch him up into the air, and it's all illegal.
Yeah, fuck yeah. Oh, that's a good question, Pistol Pete. Thank you very much.
Fun.
So lastly, we got one more. Adam probably not. All right, Adam writes in. Hi, Adam.
What up, Adam?
Adam wants to know, what children's cartoon character do you wish you could wipe from existence? Now, as none of us have kids, I decided to branch out, and I was like, oh, I'm just with Leif and Jeremy, so they have kids. Leif emphatically says Caillou needs to die.
Same.
Is that yours?
Yes, that kid is a
Who?
complete
Caillou.
asshole. Caillou, he's like a little bald kid who just bitches about everything, throws tantrums
So,
constantly.
In what show?
Caillou.
Caillou. The
It's
show's
called
called Caillou. Yeah.
It's
I
like
didn't know
spell
about this either.
Is it Caillou?
Lou maybe.
I have no idea.
His entire personality is being a little bitch. Like that's the whole show, is him just like screaming about shit that he doesn't get his way.
Really?
As far as I've been able to tell, but yeah, Caillou is awful.
Leif went so far as to say that Caillou needs to die. That's how far he went. That's how much he has disdain for this this
Bunch
kid.
of posts on why was Caillou canceled on PBS Kids? Probably because he was a little bitch, from the sounds of it.
Yep.
Jeremy went with, I've never heard of this either, but he said every one of the Bubba Guppies. So if anybody's listening has
Fuck.
kids and you also hate the Bubba Guppies or Bubble Guppies, sorry.
I don't know
Bubble
what that
guppies.
is.
Yeah, so he hates them. But
They look
all right,
pretty awful.
yeah, I'm sure they all do. Justin, what do you got?
So I was reading this question to Marissa when we were going over the outline, and her choice was the one-legged bat from The Great Mouse Detective
Yeah,
because it scared the shit out of her as a kid.
I love that movie.
Yeah, it's a great movie. I forgot all about that movie
So
until
did
she
I.
said that. My answer though is Helga from Hey Arnold.
Yeah, fuck that bitch. I agree. That's a good choice.
Yeah.
That's a
You need
damn
to have
good
the
choice.
yin to the yang. Everyone else would be too good, though. You need to have the like. I don't know. Whatever.
Nah,
My
I like-
choice.
It's
not
Yeah.
fair. It's fair. It's fair.
Well then, Adam, what's yours?
Super hot take, but you could just totally get rid of SpongeBob.
I'm with you. That's my answer too. Fuck SpongeBob. He is so goddamn annoying.
Yeah.
Is he that fucking
I think that
laugh?
show's funny.
No, it's not.
I like
That-
the show as well.
I never. It was after like my time, I guess, and it felt like them trying to rip off like Ren and Stimpy and like old stuff that I grew up with, and it just felt like it had already been done. And I don't know. I never could get into SpongeBob. I was just like,
Who
yeah,
lasted
fuck that.
longer, SpongeBob or Ren and Stimpy?
Yeah, but who paved the way
Which
for the raunchy,
director-
ridiculous, like MTV humor that then migrated somehow magically to Nickelodeon that still definitely should have been on MTV? Like it was way too adult for its time.
Well, I mean, that's how it got away, though, with lasting as long as it did, because it was entertaining for the parents.
Yeah,
And the kids were too
for
young
sure.
to get half the jokes, but the parents got it. So it was like they kind of hit on a magic formula there.
Yeah.
kind of
And it
like
was just, I think it was a
Rocco's.
perfect time to. Oh, what'd you say, Rocco?
Rocco's.
Rocco's was
Rocco's
another
Modern
one
Life.
that
Super
there is
good
a
at the
lot
time.
of adult jokes in there
Oh, yeah.
that
And
I
very
did not
raunchy,
catch at the
weird
time.
animation. Like, yeah, for sure.
Anytime SpongeBob laughs, it's just the worst sound in the world. It is so annoying. And I don't know how people watch that
It's
shit.
supposed to be though.
But annoying and like I'd rather listen to Nails on a Chalkboard annoying. Like I just can't fucking stand it. I hate SpongeBob. God, I hate SpongeBob. So all right, so we got 2 Cailloux, 2 SpongeBobs, Bubble Guppies, and Helga. So they can all just disappear forever. Thank
I
you
think
very much
y'all
for that.
need to watch a few episodes of Caillou just to see where I'm coming from here. I think I can convert y'all.
See if our
y'all
answers change.
Yeah. Get like
I'm probably never going to do that. I want you to know. So
what's that movie? Clockwork Orange. I'm gonna Clockwork Orange.
yeah, there you go.
Make you watch Caillou all day.
Oh,
Nice.
it could have gone many ways with Clockwork Orange.
Right.
I'm gonna.
Yeah. Pretty much, no matter what you finish that sentence with, it's not gonna be good.
It's not good.
All right, well, that wraps up listener questions. Thank you for writing in. If you would like to write in as well, identitycrisis@gmail.com. Let us know what your listener question is. We will read it and give our best answer. Just keep in mind, none of us have kids, so that was a tough one. So we'll wrap it up with a very fast pick of the week, and then we will get out of here. Josh, what do you got?
So generally, I'm gonna pick Gen Con.
That's a
you should
good
go
choice.
to Gen Con next year, or this year if you're a time traveler. That's also an option. But yeah. So Gen Con is my choice. Really fun. Very exhausting. I'm still tired. Like 2 days later. But yeah, that's it.
Cool.
Worth it.
Very good. Worth it.
I'm pretty sure Adam and I had the exact same one.
Star Citizen.
No.
No.
Oh, thank God. Okay.
No, we have the same one.
Do you? What? Okay. Well, who wants to say it?
Go ahead,
You-
Adam.
This is like
Sandman.
when this is like when two people pull up to a stop sign at the same time, and you're just
Like,
like, "No, you go. No, you
no,
go.
you
No, you
go.
go."
It's the Midwest. No, you go. You go.
Sandman, I desperately want to watch, and I haven't had a chance to yet.
Sandman. It's so good. We binge watched episode 1 through 5 yesterday, and Justin, you finished it?
Yeah, we binged over the weekend. I think Friday night we watched 1 or 2 episodes, and I had to go to bed. And Rich was like, "Well, one more," and I was like, "I literally can't keep my eyes open. I can't. I'm sorry. I was already falling asleep." Then we watched a couple more Saturday night when we got home, and then Sunday we watched, I think, 5 through 10.
Nice.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
It's so
so
good.
good.
I want to
so
watch
good.
it so bad.
So I mean, so much that I know in my boxes of comics I have some of the Sandman, and it's been like years and years and years since I looked at them, to the point where I downloaded the CBR and was like rereading them, and I'm like, God damn, they did such a good job of
Cool.
translating such a cerebral, weird, like dream state comic into live action. Like, God damn, they knocked it out of the park.
Hell
I feel
yeah.
like they did such a good job.
That's
Some
cool.
of the screenshots that I looked at, like I went on Amazon and just looked at the Sandman comics and was looking at some of the pages.
And
Like
you
they
knew the
got,
exact scene,
yeah,
right?
like they got almost picture for picture these scenes.
That's cool. Yeah.
Some of it they obviously had to admit out. Like, there's not everything you can do in the comic, but I mean, they did a very, very, very good job.
I added it to my queue immediately. I just have not had a chance to get it started yet, so
It
I
is
will do that.
phenomenal.
I will do that for sure.
And I don't think they're trying to do like any ties with the DC EU or like just DC
Good.
in general. I think it's just its own thing,
Good.
which is
There's
good.
very little overlap generally, like in the comics and in the audiobooks and whatever.
I mean, they
Um,
mention like the Justice League every once in a while, and they like
Yeah.
show images of Batman and Green Lantern, and like occasionally you see Joker or you see Scarecrow, and they mention the Joker because Arkham is in it, but they don't
Yep.
talk about. I was talking with Justin about this a little bit, but in the comics they mention Arkham, and in the show they don't bring that at all. Like, they're trying to like sever all ties with DC, which I think is 100% okay because it's amazing.
Probably the right call.
Yeah,
Absolutely the right call.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm really excited to try it. So I do have tomorrow off, so I might be
You should
checking that out.
watch it.
Yeah,
It's
tune in.
really
It is
good.
so good.
Nice. Yeah, I'll probably be starting that tomorrow then. My pick of the week, four-wheeling. Everybody go buy a four-wheeler. Take out a loan.
Jesus Christ. I mean, this is America.
Yeah, right. So
Wait, just go on Amazon and buy like one for a couple grand, right? I'm sure you can get one to crate sent to you.
right.
Get a gun
I
rack
might
on your four-wheeler.
right.
Ultimate American move.
I might
Mhm.
next year try and talk Leif into just having like a me, him, and Jeremy weekend, just us, and we can just fucking go. So
You know, you can invite some of us too if you want.
he only has three
That sounds fun.
four-wheelers. Bring your own four-wheeler.
You can actually buy a 4-wheeler on Amazon.
I'm not
Can you
surprised
really?
at all. Is it an electric or is it gas engine?
Yeah, I don't know. I'd have to
It-
look into it.
it
But
can't be
the
electric.
X Pro adult ATV quad 4-wheeler 250 utility,
How much?
$1,700.
That's really cheap.
That is
Well,
really
I'll
Did
cheap.
bring
you-
my own
also-
four-wheeler,
Did you
Ryan.
say 250
Shit, let's
horsepower?
do this.
Well, so here's the kicker. It's a $400 shipping.
Oh. Did
Yeah.
you say 250 horsepower?
It says 250 utility.
That's not
Who
going to get
knows
you
if
anywhere.
that's actually
Yeah.
200 cc.
Yeah, that's not going to get you anywhere. Nope. I think Leif's were 450.
I mean, you would probably want to buy a 4-wheeler from Amazon.
Yeah,
Right.
fuck no. Fuck no. That's fucking insane.
Unless you're making a YouTube video that you're gonna make millions off of to do
Right.
this.
Well, yeah, I'm gonna try and talk him into it next year. So I might have my own ATV by then. So we'll see. And I might just haul it up there, because goddamn, it was a good time. All right. Well, I think that wraps up the episode. Once again, if you're listening to this after the fact, twitch.tv/Identity every Monday, 6:30 p.m. Come check us out live. Come say hi in the chat.
Do we want to mention the next 2 weeks?
Oh yeah, I should probably bring that up. No, not next 2 weeks. It's after that. Next week we're
Oh,
loading.
well, we'll mention it next week.
Yeah, we'll mention it next week. It's fine.
Okay.
So,
Now everyone's
but yeah,
afraid. What's happening?
yeah.
Ended on a cliffhanger.
There you go. But yeah, otherwise, if you're listening to this afterwards and want to see our beautiful faces, youtube.com/Identity as well. Come check us out. But we'd really love to see you in Twitch mostly. Just come say hi, join the chat, say hello. We'll say hello back. We'll become buds. It'll be a
You
really
can
good
watch
time.
me struggle to fix the stream
Yeah.
like live instead of
Yeah.
listening to it later. It's gonna be great.
I mean, it looks
There you go.
great. I mean, the crop job isn't 100%, but it looks great.
It-
it is what it is.
It was what I like to deem as good enough.
Yeah. But thanks everybody for tuning in on Twitch. Thanks everybody for listening in whatever form you choose. We very much appreciate it. We are out for the night. Bye.
Later.